Now, despite the seemingly slow progress between Pyongyang and Washington in regards to denuclearization, South Korean Foreign Minister Kan Hyeong-woo says that nuclear negotiations between the two countries are still ongoing. She said the two sides are discussing dates for high-level talks. Our Kan Hyeong-woo has more.
South Korean Foreign Minister Kang Hyeong-wha says that North Korea and the U.S. remain fully committed to dialogue and that the two sides are continuing their denuclearization talks. In an interview with local news outlet Hankyoreh, Kang said Pyongyang and Washington are discussing possible dates for their next high-level talks. She emphasized the need for the meeting to include guarantees for the two sides and define what those guarantees should be. One crucial issue is what guarantees the U.S. will offer when North Korea shuts down its Yongbyon nuclear complex, which would be a big concession from the regime. The two countries also feel the need for a second summit between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump, but according to Kang, there's great uncertainty on whether it will take place in January or February next year as hoped. And last week, the U.S. Special Representative to North Korea, Stephen Biegun, made some conciliatory gestures to the North during his visit to Seoul. He said the U.S. will review allowing its citizens to visit the North for humanitarian purposes and consider sending humanitarian aid worth $8 million to the country. Kang said it will be a big step forward if the regime responds to those gestures, which is why attention now turns to Kim Jong-un's New Year's address. As for the sanctions on the North, Kang said Seoul and Washington will need to coordinate closely on the appropriate time to lift the sanctions. Of course, it will depend on how much progress is made on the irreversible denuclearization of North Korea. There will also need to be similar discussions at the UN Security Council. Kan Hyeong-woo, Arirang News.